Hello again, everyone. It's me, Nick Michalak, and the awesome Steve Frazier.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
And we are continuing on with some John Carpenter today with Prince of Darkness.
Eventually, we'll get to all of them. Probably. Oh. Maybe. Maybe not.
Whenever we get the feel for it, we just go back into it.
You know, he's got this catalog that it's so rich.
Yeah. So, we're watching Prince of Darkness, so we were watching the 4K edition, but whichever one you have, gives your time step over to 0, turn on your subtitles to follow along, and we'll get synced up with the countdown very shortly here. So, in 3, 2, 1, play.
I've not seen this particular 4K yet. This was the very first 4K that Scream Factory put out.
I believe so.
Pretty sure.
Pretty close to it anyway. It was very early on.
Larry Franco. That name doesn't sound familiar with the other...
Well, he did work with Carpenter, at least from The Thing onwards, because I think he was actually the Norwegian in the helicopter shooting the dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Also interesting that he got his name above the title again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always amazed at, in these 4Ks, how the reds pop out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's like just part of the remastering or whatever, but every time there's a new 4K, the reds like jump out of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And like it can't be everyone doing it on purpose. Like it's got to be, I don't know.
And it probably comes down to the HDR color grading. This has more color depth. You can bring things out more, be more lush in certain places, but this one's got a bit more of a slightly muted color scheme to a certain degree. It's not quite as poppy as some other films would be.
Right. I was just, you notice, like, when that bicycle went by, it was like, God damn, that's a red bicycle.
Right.
I don't think I ever noticed before that was a lion on the side of the box. Our old favorite.
Been a long time.
This is the first time that we've been able to cover one of his movies without commenting on the scar jumping around his face.
Right.
The Sleeper Awakens. There's old Wong.
It was the interesting thing with Carpenter doing this film was the fact that before this he did Big Trouble in Little China with 20th Century Fox, and he just soured completely on the studio system. And so,
which Wong was also in, yeah?
Yeah, Victor Wong, yeah. And so,
look at the ants! Holy shit!
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's like he's done with studio stuff at this point in time. So, he makes this deal with this company, Alive Films, which I think also funded a couple Craven things. I think they funded Shocker, maybe Serpent in the Rainbow, maybe.
Okay.
So they were doing some stuff for a couple years there, but they gave, apparently what I read, they gave Carpenter complete creative control, and I think it just gave him a couple $1 million to go off and do stuff, and it was distributed by Universal, but they did not produce it, so they were just distribution rights of the whole thing. So, it's got a big studio logo at the beginning. They just picked up the rights to put it out in theaters and home video and everything like that.
Even though they had nothing to do with the financing and the making of it.
Right, they just just sell off the distribution rights and they'll take it up here, and probably someone else has it over in Europe and stuff like that, so...
Now tell me that the only thing you don't see on the screen is red.
Oh, yeah.
There's another giant key.
Alice. And get to him.
This guy on the left is blurry.
Yeah, just the lens, anamorphic lens working.
Right. Although Wong here looks kind of blurry too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed this is 4K. Like, she doesn't look crisp either.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's probably the film stock they used at the time, and it's not pin sharp.
He looks a little better.
Yeah.
There are some 4Ks out there, though, that you feel like you're in the room.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a lazy eye there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if... Has he always had that, or...
I think so.
Because it almost looks like he had a bout of, like, Bell's palsy or something.
That might have been a thing, yeah.
Because even, like, his mouth was kind of not opening.
Like, Jim Ross.
Yeah, Jim Ross, unfortunately, had it 3 times.
Yeah.
Which, basically full-on paralysis.
Yeah.
Poor man can't even smile.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of the Carpenter films that gets a little, in terms of like the conversation with filmography, is a little kind of, not everyone's won over by it. Even me, it took a couple of viewings to kind of dig into the film a little bit, kind of absorb myself into it.
It's weird. We'll just say that right up front.
Yeah, I mean,
it's weird.
Carpenter was looking at some odd type of like research and stuff like that with like quantum physics and weird type of things that he probably didn't fully understand what the hell he was reading, I'm sure. And he just kind of came up with a kind of an idea like some sort of primordial evil comes out of like something more scientific than mystical in a certain way. So it's an experimental idea. It's something different to kind of deal with instead of like the same old horror tropes or something,
Right. It definitely stands out, for better or worse. Mm-hmm. That's a terrible mustache. For worse.
Yeah, Jameson Parker, I mean, he was doing Simon & Simon at the time.
Did he have that mustache on that?
No, he did not. Gerald McRaney did.
Oh.
So I don't know if he's just grown it to be like have a different image for the film and a different role, just kind of change it up for himself. I mean, I don't think he'd grow that mustache in a week.
It almost looks lopsided. Look at this hair. That hair is nice. What year was this? 80? What?
88.
88.
87. They Live is 88.
Oh, see, I had him backwards.
I always transpose them myself, too. Because he Alive Films also does They Live for him as well.
I believe we're going to cover They Live later on.
Oh, yeah. And Big Trouble in Little China was the last time Carpenter worked with Dean Cundey. So he's
ever?
That was the last film he worked with him on. So he's working on this one with Gary Kibbe, who he was working on like the crew for that and everything. He passed away, I think, 2-3 years ago. But Gary Kibbe was working on like the lighting crew or whatnot before that, or as like an assistant camera guy or something. So he graduated up to cinematographer here.
Carpenter loves to keep it in house.
Yeah, and one of the producers, Shep Gordon, was also the manager for Alice Cooper. That's how he gets into film.
Tell me this mustache isn't lopsided. Look, on our left, I feel like it comes down to a point. See how his mouth doesn't open all the way?
Yeah.
And he's got a lazy eye?
Yeah.
That looks like Bell's palsy to me.
Yeah.
Poor guy. The point there on the left side, I feel like, doesn't match the rounded on the right.
We need a little bit more of a straight-on shot of him.
I could be completely overanalyzing this mustache, but...
Sure.
Look at her red barrette or bow tie and her hair. Jesus.
Yeah.
Jumps off the screen.
Look how old Jameson Parker is in this movie, because he's definitely not quite the same age as everyone else around him. He was born in 47, so he's 40 years old in this film, and everyone else probably looks no more than 30. Just like, well, not really.
They're kind of...
It's kind of all over the place in a certain way. Because you got the guy with the bald, thinning hair and everything, so he's probably at least like 45 or something. It's a weird mix of ages in a
well, because it's
university.
Like... I was going to say, it's not all just college-age kids, right? And we were talking, but Wong's character teaches almost like theoretical physics, right?
Yeah.
He looks like a kind of guy that just doesn't give a shit what his facial hair looks like.
Yeah. And there's another one where Carpenter's using pseudonyms. Martin Quatermass. That's John Carpenter, actually. He wrote the film, but it was one of those things kind of embarrassed that his name's all over the thing with the directing and the freaking musical score and everything else. He just felt a little too self-conscious about it all.
So he made up a name?
Yeah. It's based off of, there's old films called the Quatermass films and everything from whenever, 50s or 60s or something like that he was a fan of, so... The weird-ass... this is weird as it is.
The ants?
But the weird-ass thing is, I meant to sit down and watch it. I didn't. But the TV version of this thing from back in the day, it was completely re-edited to the fact that the entire framing sequence of the entire film is Jameson Parker's character pretty much dreaming the events of the entire movie. They keep cutting back and forth about... with him laying in bed and having this sort of that ripple effect type of thing when you have a dreamy sense. I have no idea who authorized this version, where it came from. It's on the disc. You can watch it if you have it. And they cut out certain parts of the entire thing about the Brotherhood of Sleep that the priest was involved in. It's just weird why anyone would recut the film that way, because it's only available in pan and scan. There's no film print that anyone's found it for it. It's like a broadcast master.
Weird.
It's very strange, yeah. I don't know what the deal is on that. I mean, sleep is a whole part of the entire thing, but it just doesn't make any sense why you would just frame it like the character's dreaming the whole movie.
It is weird that this stairwell and catacomb is behind this door.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot of...
You're really trusting me to trust you with a lot of information. I have a hard time in general with movies that have a religious premise.
Mm.
I find a religious premise to be interesting, only because I can't say only and then give more than one.
Sure,
right?
yes.
So okay, because it's a very polarizing topic.
Sure.
And B, people are very passionate.
Yes.
One way or the other.
Yes.
And I think that makes for good storytelling.
Sure, yeah.
The problem is, for me, that whole "it could happen to me" thing doesn't really apply.
Right. This one gets very heady with it all and everything, because they're talking about matter and antimatter universes and a lot of stuff that blows over everyone's head. You kind of... For me, you kind of get into the atmosphere of the film, and the more physical things are happening to characters and everything. The threat that they start facing, you really can't comprehend all the mumbo jumbo nonsense that they can really kind of going in. And even Carpenter said in one of the interviews, I think, is like, he really doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about in this movie.
There is a certain genius to writing something so convoluted that people just accept it. And then you go, yeah, but it doesn't make any sense. Right. But that's okay. People buy it.
It comes down to the fact there's evil stuff in the fluid there, and the fluid infects other people and just turns into, like, metaphysical sort of zombie siege movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll credits.
Yeah, that's good enough. It's just... Like, if you took Assault on Precinct 13 and meshed it with a zombie film with a little weird mysticism on top of it, that's what you get here.
Right. The music in this one.
Oh yeah, I got the soundtrack.
It's interesting. John Carpenter is kind of a one-trick pony, though.
A little bit.
It's very kind of bass tones.
This score is much more ambiance. It's not dealing with like the fog or Halloween where you got a certain melody you're always pumping into things. And it's trying to play more just the atmosphere in a certain way.
Right. This one's more like The Thing.
Yeah.
Where it's more rhythmic.
Yeah.
It's
mood.
Right.
Overall.
It's bass and drum kind of,
pulsating sounds
right,
and everything. Yeah.
Right. So all of these people have been asked to participate?
Yes.
And it's going to be like over a weekend or something.
Yeah.
Multiple days.
Yeah.
These people, these characters are all way smarter than us.
Yeah.
Theoretical physics is very, I don't know, like you really have to like open your mind to
high brain function.
Right.
Yeah.
She was talking about the cat, and if you don't see it, does it exist? And that, you're like, oh, okay.
I can't get into that, man. I'm just... So think about, like, the origin of the universe. Like, I can't do that, man. It's just like, I'm going to feel like I'm a microscopic speck of the universe right now.
My problem with the origin of the universe and the afterlife and all of these things is that, like, I'm never going to figure it out.
No.
So why would I waste my life trying to figure it out? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, I just want to live my life, like, traveling and watching movies and reading books. And, like, I don't want to spend my life worrying about
Right.
origins of life or
supernovas and fucking 10,000 light years away.
Or afterlife or any of it. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an out of sight, out of mind thing for me,
Yeah.
She finds him attractive is what we're getting at here. That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of 80s attractive, I guess.
Yeah. There's a bit of it. I mean, Carpenter, like we always said, he has a troupe or whatnot. This one feels a lot more focused, like, ensemble characters. Not really as much of, like... I mean, in a way, they're trying to make Parker's character a little bit more of the forefront guy, but I don't feel he quite has, like, the Kurt Russell kind of charisma to really stand up as, like, the guy to push this narrative forward.
Right. Who's our main character at this point? Him?
I would guess him and Pleasence kind of have the most presence in the story so far, because at least they know what the hell's going on to the enough of a degree.
I would argue it's Wong because Pleasence brought the problem to him.
Yeah, because he's a little baffled.
And he said, there's the ants again on the face. He said, I want you to examine and study.
Right.
Help me figure it out.
Yeah, because he's...
So now, he has been given...
Yeah. The objective.
The objective.
Yeah.
Right. He put together his team.
Right.
So I really feel like
Proactive.
Wong is, in my mind, our main character under the screenplay rules of main character.
Right.
He's been given an objective.
Right.
I guess his opposition is the unknown of the entity.
Yeah.
Like, because his objective is to figure it out.
Right. Sort of a man versus nature idea to a degree.
Sure.
They pushed this relationship really hard throughout the film, and it's never really clicked that much. It's never really memorable to me about the two of them together.
Well, that last scene, they were almost confrontational at points. Yeah. When, like, he claims he's a sexist. Mm-hmm. And now they're in bed.
Yeah.
Like, it just really escalated quickly.
Right.
And maybe it's the actors that don't have that chemistry the same way that you'd expect,
there's not enough. Like I said, if you saw another certain Carpenter Regular or whatnot that had a little bit more spark, whatnot.
Tom Atkins.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, something.
Can you imagine, like, Tom Atkins and Jamie Lee Curtis in these roles?
Sure. Been there before. Come back again. I mean, it looks like Tom Atkins as it is with the mustache.
Tom Atkins has a way better mustache than that guy.
Yeah.
Don't spill your coffee.
No, yeah.
Uh-oh. See, again, there's the confrontation of, like, the sexism.
Mm-hmm.
Which it kind of eliminates the idea that they are mentally attracted to each other.
Yeah.
And it's only a physical attraction.
Yeah. There he is.
Look at him and his white face. The man behind the mask.
Hey, Cooper was a big fan of Carpenter stuff, and I guess I like I said before, I think they met at Mania 3 because Carpenter was a big wrestling fan, and Cooper was there with Roberts and everything for the match, and that's also where he met Piper for They Live and everything. So a lot of things came up with that, and Cooper was just looking to just be on set to watch some stuff.
I thought
because Gordon was linked in between the two of them.
I'm fairly certain that Piper had already signed on to do They Live prior to that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Because the whole build was that it was a retirement match.
Yeah. And what I read is that Carpenter and Piper went out for dinner afterwards.
Look at this.
they really had everything lined up. So, and of course, that was the match for Bruce Beefy. Got his barber gimmick.
Right. I recently found out that somebody I know, casually, if you know,
Sure.
was actually at WrestleMania 3
Oh.
and still has her program.
Oh, that's
And I'm
sweet.
like, my God, woman.
A lot of people left to sign it, though, sadly.
No, there's not. Beefcake's still alive, though. I've met him. He's a delight. Sorry, we didn't mean to digress. I've met Alice Cooper as well.
You know, I think John Carpenter and Jimmy Hart should have gotten together at some point. They sounded like they would have gotten right on it.
Jimmy Hart is still alive.
Yeah.
I've never met him. I do have a... My gimmick, I guess, is that I have everyone that I meet sign magazines.
Yeah.
Mostly WWF magazines. However...
I've got a pile of Attitude Era ones in the garage.
I've got, I don't know, dozens and dozens. I mean, from the mid-'80s all the way up. And I kept them all.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I had the Honky Tonk Man sign one.
Oh.
But I had him sign a program that had him and Jimmy Hart on it together,
Okay.
so that if I ever met Jimmy, I could have him sign that as well.
Sure.
But I've yet to meet Jimmy Hart. I did run into him at the bathroom at the Hall of Fame in Detroit, WrestleMania 23. We digress.
Yeah.
Jesus on the wall
Yes.
and on the cross. Double Jesus. How married is a great line. What's his name again?
Peter Jason.
Okay. Look at those old floppy disks.
Oh, Lord. Little dot matrix printer, I think, there.
Yeah. What are these pieces of equipment? You know what I mean? Like, where do you get... It looks like something out of a hospital room. That is hilarious! God, I love that kind of humor. Why are all the bums standing around? Nobody knows, right?
He's got a cross. In the middle there. Never noticed that before.
Oh, yeah. Nobody knows what this is about.
Yeah.
Nobody's actually seen the shit yet.
No. All kinds of Jesus all over the place. All out of focus.
I never understood the excessive makeup on him.
Yeah, I just probably make him more ghoulish, I guess.
Well, he's not supposed to be dead.
No. It's a vagrant.
Vagrant in need of a tan.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can think of Donald Pleasence
Yeah.
not in a trench coat, you know? She's nuzzling him like a cat. Oh, God damn it.
Creepy crawler.
God, I
Wrangler
can't, I
on this
can't
movie.
do bugs.
Bug Wrangler on the movie. We gotta look for that credit.
Oh, my God. Bugs. Ugh.
Yeah.
I can't do bugs.
Yeah.
I'm okay with snakes. I can do spiders. God, Arachnophobia is one of my favorite movies. Snakes, spiders, all that shit I can do. Bugs? I realize I'm, 3 million times bigger than the bugs.
Sure.
But something about bugs in multiple that I just... it gets me. Ugh. That guy did the cross there just in case. Nobody's saying like...
What the fuck or
right,
something.
Yeah. Well, the mother of harlots, sure. None of that makes any sense, by the way. Those are just... That's not real math.
Gobbledygook.
Right, it's not real math, folks. The bugs!
It's movies.
Well, they're worms are different. I'm okay with worms.
Worms.
I'm a fisherman, so I'm okay with worms. It's a previous generation's Adam Driver.
Yeah. Cheap haircut, too.
I mean, I could have seen, like, one of the other troop guys, like a...
Keith David.
Yeah, get right. I was going to say Childs, and I couldn't remember his actor's name. Like, in that role.
Yeah, or Harry Dean Stanton, maybe.
Right.
I think it's the Carpenter Regulars here that do kind of stand out. Dennis Dunn, Victor Wong, Donald Pleasence. They're kind of clicked into the Carpenter kind of energy that he wants. They get how he writes things. He knows how the characters go, and they're already reliable in terms of like what they can do on screen, what charisma they have, what gravitas they can bring to a role. So they just kind of slot in, and they move easily through the film.
They definitely feel more... Now, maybe it's... I was going to say it feels like they belong more.
Yeah.
Maybe that's our belief, like our preconceived notion.
Yeah. I mean, even Peter Jason, this is the first time he's working with Carpenter, but he definitely he has that same vibe.
Worms don't belong on a window, folks.
Especially crawling upwards.
I don't quite understand. Is she typing this?
I'm guessing so. She's supposed to be translating it from the text or something in the book.
Well, there's a twist I didn't see coming. I did. I've seen this, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Is there like an eclipse happening? That I don't remember. It's been
there's something like that.
It's been many years since I've seen this.
Yeah.
The pancake makeup just is off-putting. He's not in Kiss, folks. Oh, chewy granola, double stuffed Oreos, Kool-Aid in a can, Lipton tea.
Stuff.
Shasta.
Spam. There was Spam there.
I love Spam. Do not hate on Spam. Kool-Aid Coolers with a K.
Shasta.
Coors. Extra gold. And a little Tom and Jerry. A lot of different Shastas here. Club Soda.
Oof.
Get out of here. No, that is OCD. That is not schizophrenia.
Yeah.
Was this guy's never been in any of the other Carpenters before?
He was in Big Trouble.
Oh,
in China,
okay.
Yeah.
Homosexual panic. So why does he get to leave and everybody else gets to stay?
Right.
He does feel like he belongs.
Oh, yeah.
He's like an 80s character actor through and through.
Oh, yeah.
This is very Exorcist here.
Yeah.
I have Tubular Bells playing in my head.
Oof.
What the fuck is that? Same. It's a duck on a stick.
Oof.
Quail? Maybe? Oh, it's just Alice Cooper's bird. Got it. Time to take your medicine, boy. Same character.
Yeah.
He was such a delight when I met him.
I'm sure.
And of course, everyone is walking up with their Alice Cooper records and posters and
Right.
his musical career. And I walked up with my Freddy's Dead poster.
Yeah.
And he actually said that line out loud to me as he was
Right.
writing it. What a delightful man. I forgot that he gets a kill.
Yeah, this is a gag from his stage show, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Talk about people that are like Mensa smart. Alice Cooper is like a genius.
Yeah.
And
I kind of saw him once. He was opening for Iron Maiden one day, but we got there late, so we didn't see much of his show.
Oh, okay.
I think he's on tour this summer with somebody.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think anybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. This is going to get really weird soon, man.
Is it?
It's going to get weird.
I believe the insinuation is that it's like the devil himself,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And the devil is materializing out of the mush,
Yeah.
kind of like Lord Voldemort was regaining his special powers.
And they're going to get into aliens and other things.
She's got great 80s hair.
Oh, yeah, she's right on it.
He has no 80s hair. Even those glasses are...
Oh, yeah, she looks right out of a sitcom. She'll be right up next to Lane Camp and Brooke and everything.
Oh, right, just the 10 of us.
Yeah. All the damn candles, man.
Why I was going to say this old boy just walking around with a candlestick, but I guess there's just candles everywhere.
He's going to the conservatory.
Right.
The Colonel Mustard or something.
Mr. Green.
Mr. Green.
There's a great, I keep seeing ads for it. There's a great, one of those kind of novelty t-shirt companies
Okay.
that has a t-shirt with Miss Peacock on it from the movie
okay.
Clue, and at the bottom it says, "I've never done anything wrong." It's hilarious. Okay. I feel like these are the types of conversations that we should be reading, and so we understand, but when we are just sitting here reading along with you, it is not good commentary, so I'm not spending time actually reading. I'm context cluing it. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Mm.
Again, why wouldn't you be just running
Right.
like a bat out of hell?
Mm-hmm.
Water is flowing up
Mm-hmm.
to where? The ceiling?
Yeah.
I thought it was self-contained. Oh, now it's shot right in her mouth.
Oh.
Oh my God. Good sell on that because it's
that
really...
NyQuil's going to knock you right out.
Okay, now you lost me.
Yeah. They're saying, like, how Jesus was an alien from a human-like race, and he came down, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's just... It's hard to contextualize anything, you know?
Right. It's theoretical physics, essentially.
Theoretical, yeah. And he's saying that the Catholic Church has kind of kept up this facade of everything they've had in the Scripture and anything like that to kind of hide the truth because they felt like no one would believe it if we told people that there are aliens and the faith is based on all this weirder shit than they are already selling you. The devil's made of like has influence over like every atom in the entire universe, and it's all just way it's so far out there that either you try to really make sense out of it, you kind of gloss over it and just kind of focus on, like I said, the atmosphere or mood, or it just completely loses you.
Right. I think the first time I saw it, it completely lost me.
Yeah. Me, it was more just like, because it is a real slow burn. It's a long time before anything really consequential happens.
Well, she just got a shot in the mouth, so...
Right.
From where, I don't know, because you can't see any water up on the ceiling here.
Right.
And now she's turned into just a bum zombie.
Like a vessel.
Bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A vessel to do the bidding and everything.
But all the bums on the outside didn't get a shot in the mouth, so...
Right. It's this whole thing like this entity is able to influence things in the world on a subatomic level, so all this sort of like the insects and everything are just kind of reacting on a much more of a instinctual primordial level, and all the vagrants are sort of like don't have like the mental capacity or anything like that, so they're easily
influenced.
taken over and everything. So it's kind of the line of thought it's going after. It's a little freaked out anyway.
I like the sets.
Oh yeah, nice sets.
He's walking like a man who's about to die. I don't recall, but anytime you have a lot of group chat and group think
and then
in a movie,
one guy's looking
isolated,
around
yeah.
He lasts for a while now, so, but not outside of danger.
And maybe that's just Carpenter playing up to our stereotypes and beliefs.
Sure, yeah. gain that eerie sense of like,
better have a Coors, that'll fix it.
Yeah.
That is a joke you can't make now.
I know.
Although I love it. Like, that's my kind of funny.
He's just writing. Carpenter writes some really cutting dialogue for him. That's like, you know, he's a charismatic actor. He can work with the comedy very well. Just give him some real kind of like shit heel type of remarks here and there.
Right.
Might not make him endearing, but it makes him memorable. And you have to have that.
He's
really good. I like him a lot.
He's a very well-written character.
Yeah. He's still walking around with the stupid candlestick, or is that a flashlight?
It is a flashlight.
A clunky flashlight.
Totally thought it was a candlestick. Why is he going back down the way he came? Because now he's looking for the woman?
He left, he went down, he back up around. I mean, it's a big old maze of a joint.
I thought everyone was all in the same spot for that conversation. Reaching out and influencing, duh.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if she is like anybody else in the audience and going, huh?
What the fuck?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're correct.
I'd like to be the art director on this thing. Just where do you get all these crosses from?
Crosses are us, of course.
It's like 500 of them here.
All you gotta do is reach out to a church. Be like, hey, can we borrow your shit? And they're like, yeah. Maybe not. Maybe they don't want to give up their shit.
Gotta be 50 of them in one shot alone.
I would love somebody to do some research on how many crosses are in this movie.
Oh, Lord.
Or how many candles. And who keeps going around and lighting them if they burn out?
Yeah.
Like, there might be 500 candles going in this one room alone. By the time you lit the 500th one, the first one is burned out.
Right. They don't last all that long.
He looks like he could have been in the thing. He does not. You're really expecting the audience to digest a lot with science,
Right.
theology, and I'd argue that most people don't understand science or theology enough,
Right.
let alone both, to meld them together into this story.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right. I mean, I like, at least in this scene, like they're talking about the positive and negative, the regular particle, the anti-particle, matter, antimatter. So at least using like binary terms to kind of describe good and evil type of things in a much more scientific sort of sense in a way. At least trying to phrase it in a way which doesn't sound too mind-boggling.
You have to be able to give the audience something they can digest.
Yeah. The fact that Wong and Pleasence have a certain gravitas on screen, they're delivering things very clearly. It's not like someone trying to do a rapid-fire sort of dialogue exposition dump or whatnot, and you just can't grasp 2 words of what they're saying.
I will say, I'm not as impressed with this 4K. Kaka?
That's an old one that ain't coming back.
I doubt it, no. You know who he reminds me of? Our friend from Die Hard and Terror Train.
What, Ellis?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Hart Bachner.
Hart Bachner, that's it. Look at all those bums lined up. He also looks remarkably like Ryan Reynolds. Not Ryan Reynolds, the other one. Wait, the one from La La Land.
Gosling?
Ryan Gosling, yeah. Gross! God damn it! I can't do bugs!
Oh, we're just getting started, man. Oh.
Is that a bum? Killing him?
Yeah.
Oh, she's the one that purred on,
Yeah.
like a cat.
Yeah. Oh.
I can't imagine what it would be like to be stabbed.
Oh.
Let alone repeatedly, let alone with a pair of scissors.
Yikes.
Now, are we to believe that... Let me just see if I can talk this out.
Every five minutes, you got to reassess exactly what's happening here.
So, she takes a drink of the juice, which means she is now an influencer. So, she steps out on the balcony.
Got an Instagram and everything now.
Right. So she is now a vessel of the green juice. She steps on the balcony, and now she is an extension of the green juice,
Yes.
which has now caused the bums to murder Ryan Gosling in the parking lot. Do I have this correct, Your Honor?
So far, yeah.
All right, got it.
Wait 2 minutes, then we'll go through it again.
Well,
Because other things will happen here that will make less sense to you.
what is that?
But the creepy nonetheless. Nonetheless.
The one guy that feels like Charlie Cyphers that isn't
Oh yeah, Peter Jason.
Peter Jason, yeah. He's like knockoff Cyphers, right?
Yeah, it's weird because Cypher's last worked with him, I think, The Fog? No, he was in Escape from New York. And nothing else after that, I don't think. So I don't know if there was...
Until the remake of Halloween.
Right. So I don't know if there was something that happened or just whatever.
I think he just got old and stopped acting. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm still not exactly sure how she's just reading and typing?
Translating. I think there's a translation.
Yeah, I assume that's
what else
exactly
would be the point of it.
But there just seems it's so easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's too easy.
Yeah.
Like she's just typing away commas and everything.
Yeah.
Time for a nap?
Mm-hmm. I was saying earlier, it's not a poppy film. They have a very just beige color scheme going on. They didn't decide to do much with like what Cundy would do, like colored gels here and there to kind of make it have a little bit more personality to a certain degree. But I think there's films later on that Kibbe photographs, and especially lights, that look a lot more dynamic. It works a lot better with lighting by the time you get to like vampires and everything.
I agree with that, although that may have just been the direction.
Right.
Like it might have been told to be muted and gross.
Yeah.
Now, how do you know?
Because he did have the journal from the priest who died, so he probably read a lot of this information from that.
I feel like this was a memorable scene. I don't remember exactly what happens. I take it you do?
No. There we go.
All right, then.
Pay it forward.
Oh, yeah.
Don't hog it for yourself. Everyone wants to get some sleep. That's just NyQuil. It's fine. It's going to help you.
Is that what they used?
I don't know. It just looks like NyQuil to me.
I associate NyQuil with the red.
Ah.
The cherry NyQuil.
Okay,
I think that's the superior NyQuil.
I'm just talking about the death sleep freaking NyQuil that's in the green bottle. Sure, whatever they're using probably tastes as good as it.
I'm sure. Is the green swirl there has to be completely just a visual effect, right?
I don't think anyone's really kind of explained it or anything. It's probably just a kind of like rotating cylinder with a light in it, I'd imagine.
That would make
almost like a lava lamp or something.
Right, that would make sense if it's just a rotating cylinder.
Yeah. Just a certain pattern onto it. Yeah.
It always seems to drip right in the right spot.
Right, not like going down his nose or something. He sneezes on you, then he passes on. Now we're talking a different thing going on. Snot all over the place. That's not fun.
No.
Now we're past the halfway point. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, we're an hour in. Half an hour?
Half an hour ain't no sleep, man. Let's just lay down, wait, and get back up.
I'm not saying you can't recharge your batteries in like a 10-minute power nap, but...
Right.
Like
if sleep is what you need, you ain't getting it.
It's a brand, lady.
Yeah.
It's a brand.
I think it's actually the logo for Blue Oyster Cult.
No, sure.
Literally, I think that's what Carpenter did.
That's funny. Don't fear the Reaper.
Yeah.
Very considerate to announce yourself in such a manner.
Yeah.
Everyone's just walking around like... I feel like everyone would be tired at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
You're not funny, dude. Kind of a neat little image.
Yeah.
Her typing away
Yeah.
seamless or mindlessly.
Uh-huh.
I live. Interestingly enough, he would do they live.
I was going to say. Could have done some early promotion. Yeah, you won't be saved by the god plutonium. Plutonium basically means atomic weapons won't save you in this. Just kind of throwing those things out there.
Evil.
Whatever you're facing here, it's far beyond your ability to deal with it, overcome it.
I like that evil, unconscious typers still manage to use all the commas and
sure.
correct grammar.
Well, come on. You're gonna be the ruler of the universe. At least you gotta have good grammar.
There you go.
Yeah.
Give him some kisses and some green goo.
First,
Gurgling.
First, I think he's just in for a good old kinky time here. Then it gets a little freaky beyond his comfort zone.
Well, yeah, because it was MFF threesome. You dreamt about the same creep I did. Wrong director.
Yeah.
He is kind of a delight, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Wong.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that shit. Previous knowledge of a future event. That doesn't even make sense, Mr. Theoretical Physics. Not that I really want to dig into this topic, but I do feel like it still blows my mind that this day and age, as we sit here now, we still don't know anything about dreams.
No.
Like, other than we know that everybody has them daily, but nobody understands the science.
Yeah.
Isn't that fascinating? Like, for real. I really feel like his mustache is lopsided. That red Bible.
Mm.
They're just pushing the juice around.
Oh, here we go.
Why with the voice? Why?
Well, we're getting there.
There's your kind of classic Carpenter melodic
Yeah.
tone. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. No, thank you, sir.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, but there's no bugs in there. It's not till the close-ups. Dude, where do you even get that many beetles? Beetles are us, of
No
course.
idea.
Yeah. Great acting.
Oh, yeah. I like Jesse Ferguson, but he had the unfortunate pleasure of being in the worst episode of Star Trek The Next Generation ever. It took a script to make it completely racist.
Oh, good.
Because the director was not well to work with. It ended up being like the third episode, so it didn't leave a good impression.
Yeah, that's not good.
Uh-oh.
All the bums put the furniture in the yard. In there. Those dirty bums.
If you could get out with it.
Right.
Look what's waiting for you.
He's got another clunky flashlight.
Yeah.
That one's black. At least it looks more like a flashlight.
Yeah.
Again, the water going up to the ceiling. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of Nightmare on Elm Street stuff there.
Mm-hmm. Film everything upside down.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I imagine there isn't a revolving room like...
Yeah.
Like, that could just be upside down.
Then maybe shooting it in reverse for all this stuff.
Who goes there?
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
Yeah.
really natural. I like the lighting.
Yeah.
Are you okay? No. Oh, yeah.
No.
It's like Wayne Knight getting hit by the
Yeah.
velociraptor.
Yeah. Little venomous sucker there.
So at some point, we're going to have the tables turned, and there's going to be, or the teeter-totter is swung, scales of imbalanced to where we have more forces of evil than we do.
Yeah. Protagonists.
I don't know if we're there yet, but we got to be close.
Yeah.
There's only half hour left in the movie. Not even. Uh-oh.
Broken neck guy.
So these 4 are all that are left? Is that...
Well, there's these 4, then there's Pleasence, who ducked off to another room, and then Dennis Dunn's character, who was kind of trapped in the other room by himself. So we got 6.
Okay.
It's about even right now, I think. Hide behind the boiler.
Yeah, right. The boiler's cold.
Yeah.
Which is right about the time the dog comes jumping out of the boiler to bite your arm. Wrong director. Yeah, what are you going to do now?
Yeah.
There's a big wide open window you could... they could get in. The bums could come in the window. There's not a lot of explanation in general, but in particular about what the opposition's goal is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why are these people going around filling each other up with green goo? Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same. That's me getting out of bed every morning.
Yeah.
They haven't gone back to the idea of the eclipse or the moon or whatever the hell that was about.
Yeah, no. It just...
They kind of
another thing setting the scene that something's just being disrupted in nature.
Meanwhile, not one person in town has driven by and gone,
Right.
why are all the bums standing there?
Yeah.
Ooh, you don't look so good, girl. That's hilarious.
You needed to laugh at this point in time. You really did. That was right.
Well, you needed to laugh, but you also, other than everyone spraying shit in each other's mouths,
Right.
there's not really been any horror elements either.
Right.
Now, maybe this isn't supposed to be a horror movie. It's more of a supernatural,
Suspense.
drama, right? But even like The Thing or
Right.
The
It's not a
Fog.
gore film in that regard, but it's playing on atmosphere so much and kind of a creep factor here and there.
There you go. Yeah, that's just drywall, folks.
Yeah.
It won't take a couple hours. If it was actually just drywall, it would take about 15 minutes.
Sure.
Again, not a lot of explanation as to what they're after, what their goal is, other than the force of evil.
Yeah.
Like, I would be more comfortable as a viewer if I just had some more knowledge.
Right, because it's the whole thing that the characters are figuring it out at the same time the audience is.
Yeah, but nobody's figuring anything out. It's just
Right.
happening.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I gotcha.
Like, if somebody were to put together a clue, some sort of piece of the puzzle, but then be segregated and not able to disseminate the information. I don't know.
Something. Yeah, I guess so.
Ow. Fuck me. Broken kneecaps.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's how you get the bums to move. Jump out the window.
Uh-huh. I was thinking it'd be easier to go over the fence.
I love the lighting, of that grating on his face there,
yeah.
the shape. The quatrefoil, as it were. Oh my God. That's hilarious. That is so funny. Oh my God. So, in that other cut where you said that he was dreaming everything, were they playing on this theory that the collective dream and the...
I don't know.
The subtitle said collective scraping. That's accurate. Oh, now there's brick in the middle.
Okay, well that gives you a little impasse for a while. Plenty of Chinese food left.
Yeah, I know. And Life cereal and Spam.
Mm-hmm.
Kool-Aid coolers.
There's some Maxwell House.
Heck yeah, there is. Cheers. Now here's something nice. They actually call back to...
And reconnect them.
Right. It would be a little better if they had more chemistry.
Yeah.
And a little bit more of a build-up at the beginning, but... You know what he's got is a Jake Roberts mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like...
Or a 80s Scott Hall mustache.
Right,
yeah.
right. The same
With the
style.
big perm.
Right. It's real thick in the middle and comes down to the point.
Yeah.
Pleasence, though, his extended goatee is actually really cool.
Right underneath the chin and everything.
Like it kind of comes to points off the side. I love it.
Yeah.
She's really taking a turn for the worse. She needs a medical facility.
She's looking like late era Freddy Krueger here.
She really went from first era Krueger to like 89 Krueger real fast.
Yeah.
Come on with the bugs. Street people. That's a polite way of saying it.
Politically correct term, which doesn't sound very Carpenter to me.
Who's that guy?
Some random dude who's going to get axed eventually.
Yeah, but I don't
have a name for him.
I don't recognize him.
He's just been lurking around in the background. I don't know. Huh? Well, at least he's trying to theorize something. It's a long way getting there as you're aiming towards here.
That makeup is pretty good. I mean, the blood splotches are a little weird, but the kind of liquid feeling to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like she looks wet.
Milky.
Yeah.
And you saw it on a record album cover.
Right.
I just say that as Carpenter just poking fun at the concept internally. Blue Circle logo one, it's fine. No one understands anything I'm talking about in this film anyway.
There is something very poetic about it being cult.
Yeah.
I don't know what other
band logos
right.
would go off in this point in time without looking like a death metal thing.
Right. Like you couldn't just put a pentagram on her.
Yeah, it's too hokey.
Right. This character's not really doing much for me.
Not anymore. And the whole thing with the mirrors, I think they brought up earlier is like, there might be like a mirror dimension or something like that, but it was very briefly mentioned. So it's, you can say it's like, okay, since Carpenter doesn't entirely conceptually have it all formed up in his mind as much as possible, is like he's just kind of taking theoretical things from here and there and trying to apply it to a religious thing and trying to recontextualize everything. It doesn't quite have everything. And we're just kind of shooting out theories here and there in the script and everything. So it doesn't have quite as much of a straight focus towards this is what we need to focus on in terms of like developing that idea. It's kind of developing like 12 different ideas around everything here because it's so complex.
Now, was this movie a commercial success?
It made $14 million off of a $3 million budget.
So, still not good.
Not gangbusters box office, but it still made plenty.
It was profitable.
Profit.
It was profitable, but it wasn't a success.
Yeah.
At the box office.
It's still $3 million at the time. That's considered a low budget film.
Shit's just falling off the woman. Her meth teeth.
I mean, you made this thing for about as much as you made a Friday the 13th film at the time.
How thick are those walls, really? Like, isn't there just a door between the two walls? Oh, no, I guess there's not.
Uh-oh.
You done pissed her off now.
Uh-oh. Why weren't you doing that the whole time anyway?
Meet her in the middle. Carpenter loves that idea of like breaking through through walls and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Halloween at the end. You got the thing when the guy's burning up and going right through, which is the Tony Caesar.
The fog when they're in the church at the end and everyone's busting through.
Oh yeah.
Old broke neck. Now it's really broke.
Broke neck mutton. Oh, there we go. He's got.
Oh no, this guy that we don't even know.
They're all juicing.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's what you look like, lady. That face, good God.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
See, if you'd done that early, you would have been out of there a day early.
Meet me halfway. All through the walls.
Oh, got chew on a drumstick now.
Trying to come up with an Asian food joke, but I just couldn't come. I couldn't do it on the spot. Sorry. Beat that bitch. They're definitely pulling those punches. They're like working bricks.
That's like, they gotta be foam bricks or something like that.
Now they threw that girl through the window, which means she's got to be dead. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Through the mirrors, all right.
Yeah, they used some kind of mercury or something else like that. I think it was drained out of like a crane or a jib or something like that. Some kind of fluid that kind of helped with the function of the thing. It's like a hydraulic or something.
Weird. Pretty cool.
When you got $3 million, you grab whatever you can to do what you got to do.
I forgot about the mirror through the mirror thing. I like that. None of this still really makes any sense, though.
It's one of those things like, it really kind of does take a couple of times watching to really kind of get everything to kind of process a little bit in your head and kind of grasp onto enough of what's happening. Because all the concepts are very far out there.
Still there. There's some more traditional lighting. Gags, I guess, is. There's the red gel. There you go, backdrop through the barbershop window there.
Yeah.
Like Father Merrin at the end of The Exorcist. But that's not a mirror. Like, is that weird that it's inconsistent?
Well, it was a mirror before. That's what.
Oh, I thought it was a window.
No.
Well, in that case, it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, Alice through the looking glass there.
There we go.
Oh, well. Oh, there's a press slam.
Safer than Ultimate Warriors.
Absolutely it is. You and I could do it safer than the Ultimate Warrior. Oh, no.
Oh.
There's a single leg takedown. Jump scare for no reason. Weird. So weird. And what happens if you just push her all the way through?
Now we're going to find out.
You're right, I forgot. But now that you say that. Is this her own severed hand she's pulling back through? No, it's Satan. Oh, shit. I got the devil by the hand. That was clearly just water. Cool idea. Jump through the looking glass and then break the glass and you're stuck.
Yeah.
I like that concept.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie Mirrors with Kiefer Sutherland?
No, I did not.
It's really good. Smoke mouth. Everyone lay here with your mouth open, and we'll just come behind with some dry ice.
Yeah.
Oh, there go the bums.
Yeah.
Goodbye, bums. Looks more like a bank than a church, doesn't it? With the pillars.
Yeah, the exterior location would end up being used briefly in Showdown in Little Tokyo with Dolph Lundgren and Brandon Lee.
Interesting. God, that red fire truck. Beautiful. That red house coat back there on a man. Did you, though?
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of the green goo was out of the chamber because it all went to the ceiling and into the people?
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that I got it still. An hour and 36 minutes in, I'm recapping to myself out loud again. Oh boy. We're safe because you're telling us we're safe. This is not a dream. Oh, party like it's 1999.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like a few years later? Well, 1999, so 11 years later?
Yeah. It's almost like you didn't prevent it, you almost ensured that it was going to happen. Even though the figures changed, the same thing ended up happening. You didn't prevent it, you only delayed it. You can shave that thing now.
Right. Trim a little off the side, a little off the point. I do love that it cuts right before you find out whether he goes through.
Something, yeah. Just there's a little bit up in the air. I mean, I like that whole idea, just not this film, but just the general idea, like the mirror holds almost like an alternate, like an inverse dimension type of thing. I kind of like that idea. I never feel like anything really does enough with it. Speaking of Brandon Lee, Jeff Amato doing stunt work on this thing. He was a good friend of Brandon Lee's. We talked about him. Yeah, he also worked on Village of the Damned, so he worked on a couple of Carpenters and a couple other things. He literally has like 40, worked on like 40 different movies or something like that.
Good for him. I can't work on one.
Yeah, it's like Poltergeist 3 does a little bit with like an alternate like mirror dimension type of thing, but it picks up the story but never really pays off that story. And this one kind of has a little bit more fuel to it, but I really like to see like entire story kind of delve into that sort of idea.
Right, I pick up Mirrors. Check that out. That's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely not my favorite Carpenter.
Sure.
I know it wouldn't even make my top 5.
Yeah. Like I said, it's one that just grew on me over time. It just took a while to kind of get my hooks into it. I like it for the atmosphere, the mood.
Yeah,
the concept. I really. It's hard to say much about the concept in general because it's fascinating, but it's kind of Carpenter spewing out mumbo jumbo to just try to work with an experimental concept.
Yeah. Oh, Heavenly Puss. There's some Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
There's definitely something about the inexplicable nature of the subject that drops it down lower for me.
Sure, yeah.
Like, I think had there been tangible concepts behind it, this movie has the potential to be really great. But you're right. Like, it's good because of the feeling you get when you watch it.
Yeah. And in terms of like an ensemble, it's nowhere near as strong as The Thing with an ensemble cast.
Right. Yeah.
Because like with The Thing, you had a lot of most of them were very seasoned actors who knew how to create distinct, vibrant personalities, and this one didn't quite get as strongly with that. There's a few standouts, but not a lot of people feel like they kind of blend in a little bit too much.
Right. Everybody could have been developed a little more.
Yeah.
But all right, well, we'll be back for more Carpenter later on. Yeah.
So thanks guys for joining us, and take care.
Nighty night.